And we're live, except we just talked about the word live. And we were talking about how live, yes, we're live, but we're not in person. We're still in Zoom. Hi, I'm Bradley Charbonneau with the Repossible podcast and Thursday Thunder. And I have here a special guest, Nicoline Hausinger. And we are going to talk about 2021, 2022, and how to get 2022 started. Welcome, Nicoline.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Bradley, for having me. It's really exciting to be talking about this.
So you have a retreat ready to kick off 2022.
Yeah.
And we're here in the Netherlands, where we just went into yet another semi-lockdown.
Exactly.
And so I'm excited about your retreat because I don't want 2022 to be the same as 2021.
Exactly. Me neither.
I don't think too many people probably, but what is within, there's what's out of your control and then what's within your control in the world. Like, we can't change the weather, but I can change what I'm wearing. And so I can control that.
Yeah.
So you decided to have a kick off the year retreat. Okay, here, back to the word live. It's not in person, but it is live. That first, I call it school week of January.
Yeah.
Which, with the calendar school vacations this year in the Netherlands, that means the 10th to the 14th.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, can you tell us some more about the retreat? What's it going to be? And so, sorry, just to be clear, it is not in person, but it is a live. It's not just videos and watch the videos and do homework or something.
No.
Okay,
no.
I'm gonna stop talking.
And it's online, and we really wanted to make it accessible for everyone because, well, like you said, we're in another lockdown in the Netherlands, and but we really wanted to kick off 2022 in a really good way. And for us, the best way would be to take time, reflect on 2021 and take all the lessons learned from 2021 and insert them into your plans for 2022. And I know some people are already planning things, some don't even have a plan. But the thing that we hardly ever do is really thoroughly reflect on 2021. And that's what we're going to do during this online retreat. We're going to guide people through a number of steps, and we're going to do that every single day from Monday to Friday, from the 10th till the 14th of January, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Amsterdam time. And it's going to help them to reflect, to review, and then to renew and really make plans that will be feasible and effective for 2022.
Wow. So we're 2 hours, 5 days.
Yeah.
10 hours total.
Yeah.
We're together in a group, collaborating, cooperating.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. In real time.
Yeah.
Wow. And is this then on Zoom? Are we on a Zoom meeting together?
Yeah, we're all on a Zoom call. And what we'll do is we have nice assignments and a beautiful workbook that will guide you through the process of reflection and making actual, concrete, wonderful plans for 2022. And of course, we'll have the peer feedback and exchanges, and we're going to put people in little breakout rooms so they can exchange and really go into depth on their ideas, their insights, and their beautiful plans.
Wow. So I had a post the other day and I titled it DIY, DWY, and DFY.
Yeah.
And I think I made up one of those. I'm not sure, but do it yourself, done with you, and then done for you.
Yeah.
And then the sort of the summary of that post was, there's not necessarily better and worse in that group, but to have a balance, and then the balance depending on different things that you're doing.
Yeah.
So this sounds very much like a done with you program where we're doing it together.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case because it's done with you. So, of course, you have to do the work when it comes to reflecting and making plans,
Yeah.
but we're doing it with you. So, you're going to get the guidance and you're going to get the feedback and the moments of exchanging with other business owners. So, you can really just bounce off ideas. And if you're like stuck on, like, I don't know how to solve this or that problem, then you have those wonderful people around you that can help you to move forward and really thrive in 2022, because that's the aim for everyone who attends, that we really want people to step into their zone of genius and thrive, because now more than ever the world needs soul-driven solopreneurs like us.
I didn't realize at first that it was this in-person, in real time element, because so I am in Nicoline's what's now called A team, her accountability team.
Yeah.
And for example, there's a Monday morning 9 a.m. check-in call. And it probably happens every week that somebody in the group will get on the call, just sort of like, oh, tired, and it's Monday, and really not be feeling it. And saying, okay, fine, I'm here, but I'm checking in, but I'm not ready for the day, much less the week. And by the end of the call, that person is like, thank you, team. Thank you for being here. And I feel so much better. I have more clarity on the upcoming week. I'm out of the funk that I was in, 12 minutes ago. And I already have more clarity and even confidence about the week coming up.
Yeah.
And so I that's only a few minutes on a Monday. I'm really excited about 2 hours, and I'm speaking to the listeners here. 2 hours a day for 5 days to start off 2022, and the key element is showing up in person, because if you're really there, that's all the difference. This is not a 10 hours of watching video the first week, or 10 hours of or do it yourself, 10 hours of plan and strategize your 2022 plan with this 77-page, documentation. Nope. This is real time with real people, really happening. And I can say it's not always going to be easy, but that's the secret good part, I think. Because when you get on that Monday morning call and you're not feeling it, and by the end of the call, you're usually feeling it. And I think that's the element of done with you, which is so much more powerful than do it yourself. I'm just watching a video, or even done for you. Like if Nicoline, I hired you to, hey, could you write my 2022 business plan, please? You said, oh, okay. And you did it. And then I have it. How much further am I? Yeah, I've got a strategy, but I still, now it's DIY. So I just went from done for you to do it yourself. Whereas I think that magic element is the done with you.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing all week.
There are a few things to that. So first of all, and I love, it's your mantra almost, like, we're better together.
Yeah.
And that's truly what happens. And I love that you mentioned the A-team example, because that's exactly what happens in the A-team. And that's exactly what's going to happen in the online retreat. Because there will be people like, oh, I don't know, I really don't have a clue. But when you are surrounded by like-minded people who are in the same boat as you are, it's so much better to create your plans and to do that little exercise of reflection. And they always say, like, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that's what we really want to accomplish in that week, that you spend time with people who are ready to rock 2022, and who are done playing small, and who are done like, oh, I'm struggling all by myself. No, we're here together. We're going to make the plan. We're going to reflect, and we're going to help you to fly in 2022.
You just said, oh, I don't know what I'm doing in 2022. I immediately thought, oh, if that were me, oh, then I shouldn't come to this retreat because I don't know what to do. Yet I think the secret answer is, that's the exact reason you should come. Because
Exactly. Yeah.
especially if you don't know, come
Yeah.
and figure it out. And it could be not it could be hard. It will be hard in the beginning if you're in the group, and I don't know how it's going to work structurally, but you raise your hand. Hi, I have no idea what I'm going to do for 2022.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I mean, for other people, it's kind of exciting. Like, oh man, I can't wait to help her
Yeah.
or hear
Yeah.
her more of the story.
Yeah, it's true. And that's where one of the great things of this online retreat comes in, that I'm going to do readings with people to read them with my intuitive gifts and tell them this is your gold and this is what holds you back. And people, I mean, we're so involved in our own little world. So often we don't even see what our gold
Yeah.
is. And we're like, yeah, but it's not that special. No, because it's your talent. Then you think it's nothing special, but it really is. And then we need someone else outside to have a look at us and like, oh, but this is really unusual. This is really great. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do readings with people and tell them, you know, this is where your gold is, and this is what you can do to use that into your strategy for 2022.
So I'm glad you mentioned your intuitive readings, because that's an element of the week.
Yeah.
And so I had a reading from Nicolene, from you, and the insight you had, it was, I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know, magical. There's no way you could have known certain things. And again, to be clear, as far as I understand, it's not necessarily Nicolina Hausinger who is seeing this in your readings. It's your intuitive gift. I think you're pulling it in, you're channeling it somehow.
Yeah.
You're getting these messages or downloads, which is really about me, or some form of me, or some past or future of Bradley. And
Yeah.
you are just not just, but a messenger
Yeah,
in
I
that
am.
sense.
Yeah,
And
I am. So what I do with people, I help them to connect the dots and to really kind of reveal the dots that they don't even see
oh
themselves.
wow,
And it's not just me. It's not about me. It's all about the
right.
other person. And I'm just, between air quotes, the channel to deliver the message. That's all I do.
Well, and that's really I like that one. Reveal the dots.
Mm,
That's really cool, because connect the dots, that makes me think like, oh well, there's the dots and I know where they are. I just need to connect them. But you're
yeah.
saying reveal the dots. Like, I can't see the dots, and you're going to reveal these dots, and then I can connect them. But
Yeah.
you've revealed them for me, as you did in my reading. You revealed some dots I didn't even know were there. That was and then very relevant dots. There's no way, Nicolene could have known those were even dots that were interesting or appealing to me.
Mm,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah.
So what type of person is this for? Who's the ideal candidate, or participant in this week?
Well, I would say it's soul-driven entrepreneurs who are not just in it for the money, but of course money is important. But
Yeah.
if money is your biggest driver, this is not the right place to be. There's no judgment there, but it's not the best place to be, because this is all about connecting your purpose, your what you have to do here in this world, and use that to make the world a better place. That's basically the ideal person. A business owner who's running the business all by themselves. Perhaps you have an assistant or a small team, but it's more for the solopreneurs, as I call them. And
Okay.
it's for service-based solopreneurs, I would say. So not so much for product sellers, but really for services. That's we are at our best there.
Okay. So service-based solopreneurs, some people who have a say in how their business or their 2022 will look.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
and so that they can learn and apply that and use it in the
Yeah.
upcoming year. And I know there's another a partner of yours who is going to
Yeah.
help. Could you tell us a little bit about her?
Yeah. So my partner in this is Josta Kolkman, and she calls herself an inner peace catalyst. She is a mindfulness expert, and she is all about creating a peaceful mind and keeping a peaceful mind in all the noise that's going on in this world. And the great thing about that, it's not just a woo woo thing that she does. It's really, she's very grounded, very down to earth. She has a background, she has a corporate background. Even she worked in teams, so she's used to running group programs. And yeah, she is absolutely amazing at creating calm in a storm. And so she is all about the mindfulness part and the self-care part. And she's going to run an amazing cacao ceremony
Oh, wow.
online. And that's a wonderful part of the retreat. And her, I would say, mindset and mindfulness approach combined with my business background, visibility background, um, that's like, we think it's a great combination. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to do this together with her, because she's a wonderful person. And just her voice alone, and you know her, Bradley,
Yeah.
just her voice alone, you get, oh, this is great. So yeah, I think we are a great combination.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that about her with the corporate background, but that actually, it really, that emboldens my perspective on her, because like you said, it's not just a woo woo. And I'm always making fun of the feathers and purple and the rainbows.
Yeah.
But I make fun of that with the knowledge of how much I respect that world, because I too have come from corporate and big business and my MBA, blah, blah, blah. But I like that, because then if I know I'm something who's been in that world and now has chosen to have an element of this, whatever you want to call it, different world, and then is able to combine that, I think that's real powerful. Because if
Yeah.
it's just one or just the other, sure, that's fine, nothing wrong with that. But then when you can combine that, that really then can bring in the powers of both of them. Oh,
Yeah.
that's really exciting.
It really is. And I'm really happy that we're doing this together, because she's all about, opening the heart, opening the soul, and really connecting people to their inner core. And yeah, and then what I bring is like, okay, and how can you use that in business? How can you make it your business? How can you make it your trademark? Whatever it is that makes you unique, make it your trademark. How can you do that?
Yeah.
So it's the spiritual part, and it's the practical part. And I think that makes this retreat a very powerful one.
Wow. We're talking about this retreat, and I was just I have some questions here, and I was just thinking about the price, the cost of this, and I thought, you know, it, the barrier to entry, the barrier to join your week, it's not the money. It's not
No.
here, because here, let's let the cat out of the bag. It's 47 euros. I think for people who understand what you're offering, that's not going to be the limitation. I think the limitation is going to be, are you feeling ready to make 2022 different and better than 2021? And are
Exactly.
you ready to take action and
Yeah.
be visible here on, a Zoom call with a bunch of people,
Yeah.
and really make it happen? I think that's the real, I'm always looking at what's the barrier to entry and how do we overcome it?
Mm.
And I think, well, the
Yeah.
overcome it, that's a DIY right there. That's gonna be, I gotta do that one on my own to get over my own fears.
Yeah.
And my biggest fear is that 2022 is going to be too much like 2021. I don't want that. I want it
Exactly.
better,
Yeah.
bigger, badder, everything.
Yeah. And that's exactly why we kept the fee so low, so anyone can join. There's no excuse there, because
Yeah.
47 euros, most of us are able to afford 47 euros. And the only thing is, like you said, it's about showing up, blocking the time in your calendar from 10 till 12, every day for only 5 days, but it's definitely going to set the bar for 2022. And it's really going to help you to frame your mindset and to really get 2022, ending 2022 in a very, very different place than you are ending 2021 now. And that's the aim, because we don't want that. I don't want 2022 to be the same as 2021.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. And that's why we're doing it. So we feel so passionate about this, like we need it ourselves, and therefore we know other people need it too. So
Yeah.
let's bring this to the world for only, between air quotes, 47 euros, so everyone can benefit from this. And that's the aim.
You know, knowing you and knowing me, I think the benefit is also a little bit the more the merrier, because we have people together, and that's where we're going to have different people's insights and experience and commentary and feedback, and that's where, because of as I keep talking about DIY and DFY and all that, if this were just a, hey, spend 10 hours the first week of January reflecting on the year, go, bye, then have fun with that. But this is going to be real, you know.
Yeah, and that's exactly the people that we want in there are the people who are willing to keep it real.
Yeah.
Because reflecting on 2021 not only means looking at the things that went really well, it's also about looking at the things that didn't work that well. And it's important to keep those things real and be willing to face whatever didn't work in 2021. And that takes courage. But the thing is, when you're not alone, it's so helpful. And that's why, in a way, it's exciting that we're doing this online instead of in person. Because in person we were limited to a number of 10 people, and now we're like unlimited, like, okay, the more the merrier, just join us, and we're going to have a great time for 5 days, 2 hours a day, and then you're going to have a plan for 2022. So,
and speaking of in person, you do have a retreat planned for May in person.
Yeah, absolutely. So we decided to postpone the in-person retreat to May. And that's the nice thing, that the people who attend the online version, they can join us with a discount on the in-person one. So that's another, like, a bonus that you get when you join the online one.
Yeah. Well, great, Nicoline. I'm so happy to talk about this, because now I know even more. I can't wait to be a part of it that first week of January. And I actually hope many join, because I think it is the more the merrier. But I'm curious about who this is going to sound weird, but who dares join? Who dares? I mean, I'm kind of challenging people, right? Who dares show up? And show your face and say, I'm here. I'm ready to make my 2022 better than my 2021. Let me have it. Let's go.
Yeah. You know, the thing is, I've been there. I don't know if you've been there, but I've been there. And I want to be honest about that. I had Januaries without a plan, or with like a half-hearted plan, like, perhaps that's what I'm going to do this year.
Right.
And for some reason, then it didn't work that year, or it was like, it was an okay year. But we really want this year, next year, 2022, to be bloody amazing. That's what we want for people. And we think that you need a plan, and you really need to know, like, okay, this is what I'm really, really good at, so I have to do more of that. And this is something that I'm not so good at. So either I outsource it or I do it in another way. But, knowing that is really going to help your business fly. And that's what we want for people who join. So it's for the people who are really ready to take action and who are absolutely fed up with playing small and having the same results every year. So everyone's welcome to join.
Okay. Well, there will be a link down below if you're watching this on video, or if you're listening to the podcast. I'll put a link down in the notes. And it's now mid-December. I hope to see some of you in that. I guess it's technically the second week of January, January 10th to 14th.
Yeah.
And thank you so much, Nicolene, for sharing your insight. And I'm looking forward to this retreat.
That's great. Thank you. I'm really looking forward to it too. And I'm absolutely excited. So yeah, do yourself a favor and join the retreat because it's going to be amazing.
Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.